In question 2, you're told about a group of 66 people who went on holiday to Hawaii, and during their stay, there were 3 trips that had been arranged for them, and you're given a whole host of information about different combinations of which trips they did or didn't go on. And the first thing you have to do then in part A is to draw a Venn diagram. And this is crucial because this is pretty much going to help you answer all of the rest of the questions. So it's worth making sure that you do this fairly accurately and large enough so that you can see. So when we do a Venn diagram, we're going to start off here with our universal set. So everything is going to be in the confines of this box here. And we know that here we've got 3 groups. The first trip is for the people that went on a boat trip. So we're going to have one set here. The second one is going to be here. The sizes broadly should be roughly the same. And that is for people who went on a coach trip. And then the third one is for the lucky group that also went on a helicopter trip. Now, the key to Venn diagrams when you're trying to populate them is always start in the middle, in this region here, in the overlap. And we can see that we're told from the question that 3 people went on all 3 trips. So you're going to start by putting a 3 in there. We're now told that 16 people went on a coach trip only. So that's going to be in this region here because these are people that only went on a coach. They didn't do anything else. We're then told that 13 people went on the boat trip only and 5 people went on the helicopter trip only. Next, we're told that X people went on the coach trip and on the helicopter trip. So the coach trip and the helicopter trip, we can see that this region in here is part of set C, and this region here is part of set H, but not within part B. So we're told that there is X people, so we're going to put X here, and then we're told that 2X went on the boat trip and the helicopter, so that's going to be this region here. If they went in here, this represents all 3. So this region here is within set for boats and within the sets for helicopter, but not within the set for coaches. So this is going to be 2X. And then we're told that 4X people went on the boat trip, so it's within here, and the coach trip, so it's within here, but not the helicopter, which would be this region here. So this final region is going to be 4X, and we've got to make sure that we don't forget people that might not be in any of these sets. And in this question, we're told that 8 people did not go on any trips. So we need to make sure we've included that 8 there. So that's part A, and you've got 5 marks for that. In part B, you're asked to show that X equals 3. Now, we know that the universal set, or the total, is 66. We know there are 66 people. So in theory, all we've got to do is add this all up and set it equal to 66 and solve it. So if we have just working our way around from here, we can say that we've got 13 plus 2X plus 4X plus X plus 3 plus 5 plus 16 plus 8. So that is going to give us our total of 66. We can simplify that to give us 7X is 21, and therefore that implies that X equals 3, which is the mark for that. Part C asks us to find N B intersection C. So all that means then is just the number of here people within the intersection between B and C. So remembering that if this is set B and this is set C, this region here is the intersection of B and C. We know that there are 3 people here, and we've already said that X is 3, so this is going to be 12. So we've got 12 here, 3 here, so our answer is going to be 15. In part D, we are told that one person in the group is selected at random. We're asked to find the probability that this person went on at most 1 trip. So think about the people that went on at most one trip. Well, that could be anyone that went on just one trip. So that would be each of these people, or it could be people that didn't go on any trip here. So for this one, then we need to just add together all those possibilities: 8 plus 5 plus 13 plus 16, and divide that by the total, which is going to be 66. So that's going to be 42 over 66, which will simplify to 21 over 33. Part 2 then is the tricky part here. And here we are looking at conditional probability, and the key, or the clue that we're using conditional probability here, is the word given. It says, find the probability that the person went on the coach trip given that this person also went on both the helicopter trip and the boat trip. So there's two ways of doing this. The first way is kind of intuitively. And if you can see this, it is easier and faster, but you might be someone who needs to use the formula, which is also fine. But let's just have a look at kind of trying to solve it intuitively. So in the first instance then, we are told that the person went on both the helicopter trip and the boat trip. So we know that the person is somewhere in here, because this is the intersection between the boat and the helicopter trip. So we know that the person went on both the boat and the helicopter. So they're in here somewhere. So the probability that they also took the coach would be this probability here, or this number here. So there'd be 3 people who did the boat, the helicopter, and the coach. So our probability would be 3 out of the total for everyone in this section here, which would be 2 times x, and we've said previously that x is 3. So the probability would be 3 out of this whole region here, which would be 9, and we can simplify that down to a third. So using the formula, effectively we're being asked to find the probability that the person went on the coach trip, given that they took the boat and the helicopter. So to do that, using the formula, we need to find the probability that they took the coach and the boat and the helicopter, i.e. all 3, divided by the probability that they took the boat and the helicopter. So again, looking at the Venn diagram, the probability that they took all 3 is going to be this number here out of the total. So that's going to be 3 over 66. And we're going to divide that by the probability that they took the boat and the helicopter. And we said that's the intersection here. So that is going to be, we've said that x is 3, so that's going to be 6 plus 3. So that is going to be 9 over 66. So we can simplify that down, which is going to give us 3 over 9, which is equal to a third.